So this video, I just want to walk you through the process of how to use only 2 control points to then set or apply control within Register 360 when it in fact requires a minimum of 3. So this workaround is going to require that you have CAD as well. But when you get into CAD, first thing you want to do is you want to get the 2 control points that you do have. You want to go and get those points added with the correct X, Y, and Z elevations for those. So again, here's kind of mimicking a scenario. I've got 2 control points with the known X, Y, Z values. I also basically faked them to be an actual real world kind of northern eastern elevation. And so with those 2 points, you also need to, like normal, go within Register 360. You're going to go into your setup view. You're going to go either create a virtual target if you want to manually pick one on a control point, grid line intersection, target, whatever, or if you have a black and white target, you can also just use that to auto pick the center. In any case, you need to go in and create the 2 control points, those 2 targets within Register first. So there is my first one. My second one is over here. And so then with that, now you just need to simply go and create a third completely random arbitrary virtual target. Does not matter where you put it, does not matter what it's on. So in this case, I had the 2 kind of on the far left and far right side of this data set. So here I went and added my third one to this point right here. So you're going to see a 4th target point showing up here within my data set simply because I'm faking 100% of this control, and I had to create a totally arbitrary coordinate system so I could get those northern eastern elevation kind of values to mimic a real job. So again, you create the 2 that you know and you go and add those 2 points within Civil 3D or CAD or whatever that you have those 2 known points, and then after you create your third point, completely arbitrary, that's kind of now where you can begin. So at this point in time, right, I don't have the fake control system active. I'm going to make sure that's turned off. So now when you come into Register, right, your point cloud should have basically coordinates that are right next to the origin. So in my case, right, -60, +40, 30, whatever. So all of these are, again, basically right next to the origin. So now what you need to do is you need to come in and record those 3 targets that you have, and you need to go into CAD and create those XYZ points on all 3 of them. So the 2 known that you have in addition to the third that you created. Again, ignore this one. That was simply used to create a temporary coordinate system. So now I'm going to come in just using my, actually I'll go into my sitemap view so I can use my pick point method. So top-down view, so I see everything. Point cloud turns back on. So I want to come in here and just do pick points. So now I can just simply pick my 3 targets. Now I got those XYZ values. If you wanted to, you can also export them if you're really lazy and wanted to try to auto import them into CAD with point layout. That's up to you. So in my case, so now I have my 3 points with elevations or XYZ coordinates. So now simply going to come into CAD and add those 3 random points. So initially they're going to be way off because the coordinates are going to be basically next to the 2 known points that you have. So now it's just click create your point, come in and update the XYZ values to match. So I'll do this first one here. This first value is 0.322, enter 1.847, enter -5.25, enter. So now I have, right, the 2 points that are in the proper XYZ coordinates, and now I have basically next to the origin. So now let's go again, just add another point arbitrarily, and then from there, go and update the XYZ coordinates. So -6.664, 32.399, -5.257. So now there's my second one. Oops. So now I have 2 of the 3. And then the last one. So point again, just drop it in wherever. Come in, edit it, -71.7, 44.145, -5.179. Cool. So now those are the 3 points, and the orientation obviously will match kind of what we see within register, because at this point we have no active coordinate system applied, right? It's just arbitrarily sitting in space, but you do not want to adjust or mess with the orientation before this point. You want to make sure you leave everything alone, so it'll work for the sake of this transformation, how we're going to fake it. So now I got the 3 points that we need to go and transform up to our other 2 known points. So just for clarity's sake, I'm going to go and change these to red. So the other ones, they're existing. Known control points are still in white. So I'll come into here, just using my simple move tool. Actually, I want to make sure I select the right one. Cool. Select them, move, go select this bottom right one. Double click my mouse wheel. I guess it doesn't auto center. It's annoying. Why does not auto center? Okay, I'll just zoom extents everything before I move them. Get them in the ballpark. Don't worry too much. Regen, again, select them. Now move, align this point to this guy here. So now these 2 are perfectly aligned. So again, the white points are the points that have a known XYZ value, and we want to leave those alone as we want to transform and rotate the 3 other points to match. So now, oh, that's annoying, the white. Okay, so now it's just a matter of, oops, create a line to there, escape, redo line, draw to there. So now what we want to do is annotate, I want to do angle, select our 2 lines. So now I also want to select my annotation, oops, the angle precision and primary units, let's put that to like something like that. So now I know the exact rotation that I need to apply to my 3 known points, or 3 arbitrary, the 3 points, but the one with the arbitrary location. So now, select 1, 2, 3. Then I'm going to go back to my home tab. We're going to go rotate, select your base point, the point that we have aligned, and then it's just a matter of typing in this 14.4 number. So 14.40262, enter. So now we've got our 2 points are now aligned to match perfectly with the 2 known points. And so now we also have this third arbitrarily set one. We now have XYZ values that we can go and utilize and create our text file. So at this point, if you haven't already done so, then it's just a matter of coming into Notepad, creating your text file, point label 1, and northing, easting, elevation. So we'll quickly type all these in. So northing, easting, elevation, 2, point number 2, do this guy, so northing, oops, didn't copy. Oh, didn't want to do that. I want to do enter. Do need to get rid of the space and the comma at the top there. So now last one. Cool. So now I have my 1 and 3 were my original known points that you will have to start with if you only have 2 control points, and then this this number 2 target, or this intermediary control point, that's one we faked using just the 2 known points for this transformation within CAD. So now we have our text file like usual. Save as, save it wherever. Faked control example. Okay, so now let's go back to our import tab. Let's go find that text file, delete, fake control, bring this in, and per usual, import as control, import. Okay. So now we have our 3 known points that are random. Not random, but they're the 2 known points, and then creating the third one based off of those with CAD. So now, again, like you notice, right, at this point, it shouldn't matter because I set it so that my control, it should just automatically align the point cloud to be squared up perfectly. So at this point, you can move it. It really doesn't matter because now when I come in here and I go apply control, yep, boom. So now, again, we simply just use the 2 known points to then fake a third point using CAD. So even though I don't have this use of yes active, I mean, I can straight up delete it. It doesn't matter for the sake of this demo now. But that's kind of the workflow of how you would go and fake control when you only have 2 known points. So hopefully that helps walk you through it. As always, though, let me know if you have any questions or issues trying to replicate or duplicate this process.